Have you ever wondered if Golden State's next defensive anchor was hiding in plain sight, waiting for the perfect moment to upend our expectations? Could the hallowed halls of Chase Center soon echo with the thunderous swats of a swarming rim protector who's loomed large in Brooklyn? Is it possible that the very player other contenders once eyed could be suiting up for us all along, transforming our front court in ways we never dared to imagine? Welcome back to Warriors News Fan Report, where every rumor is a spark igniting Dub Nation's passion. Smash that like button, subscribe to Warriors News Fan Report, and ring the bell so you never miss a moment of the action. In hushed whispers on draft floors and front office back channels, a bold notion has taken root. Nic Claxton confirmed in Golden State. Picture the lane logging giant, fresh off a breakout season of swats and charges, stepping into the Bay mustering shot blocking mastery that could redefine our defensive identity. But before you crank up the hype, let's peel back the layers of smoke and speculation surrounding this potential blockbuster. It all began when Sports Illustrated dropped a bombshell. The Lakers, fresh from their own offseason maneuvers, reportedly had Claxton in their crosshairs as a trade target. Yet in the same breath, sources murmured that Golden State brass was quietly exploring calls with Brooklyn, gauging a deal that could send pick-and-roll artistry in one direction and rim terror in the other. Imagine Draymond Green greeting a rookie shadow who's to 0.3 blocks per game and 7 to defensive rebounds last season. Spelled nightmares for opposing bigs. Is this the missing jigsaw piece to shore up our interior defense and protect Steph and Clay's shooting sanctuary? Take a moment to recall Claxton's emergence last year, averaging 10.4 points on 67.5% shooting, hauling in nearly 9 boards per outing, and altering shots at a rate that stifled the league's most potent scorers. His mobility for a 6 feet 11 inches frame allowed him to switch onto guards, a modern-day requisite for contending teams. With Golden State's bench unit often hemorrhaging points in the paint, adding Claxton could flip the script, turning crunch time mismatches into defensive clinics. Could this mean fewer heart-stopping defensive lapses and more unforgettable blocks? That sent Chase Center into a frenzy. Yet, it's not just about the swats. Claxton's rolling pick-and-roll chemistry could open driving lanes for Curry, Poole, and Kuminga, allowing our splash artists to feast on wide-open triples. Some insiders believe that pairing Nic's finishing chops he converted at a league-leading 78% at the rim with our motion offense could usher in an era of unprecedented offensive efficiency. Is it possible that we're looking at a two-way prototype so lethal that every opponent would tremble at the thought of entering the painted area? Dub Nation chatterboards have blown up. One thread sees loyalists debating how Claxton's arrival impacts Kevin Looney's role. Will the veteran pivot slide into more situational minutes? Or is this the dawn of a true rotational shakeup? Fans are wondering if Moses Moody and Jonathan Kuminga might see their minutes dip, or if they'll adapt by honing perimeter defense while Claxton mans the middle. Even Bronny James superfans speculate that his summer league clashes with Nic could become must-watch previews of Golden State's future frontcourt battles. Turning to our rivals, imagine Nuggets commentator Chris Haynes speculating on how Nikola Jokic would adjust to facing the towering disruptors instead of one. Or picture the Clippers lamenting missed opportunities, wishing they'd armored up earlier, shackling James Harden's drive and kick schemes. With Claxton patrolling the paint, some supporters might fear the Adri Ayton's inside work will be neutralized by a fellow shot changer in Warriors blue. Could this mean that the Western Conference pecking order shifts overnight, with Golden State reclaiming its defensive crown? On social media, NBA insiders are already weighing in. Adrian Wojnarowski hinted at quiet calls between Golden State and Brooklyn, while Shams Charania dropped the tantalizing sources say this could be the signature frontcourt addition the Dubs have craved, even Draymond himself ever. The provocateur posted a cryptic time to level up message, fueling every speculation mill from Alameda to Oakland. Some insiders believe that this move could cement Golden State's identity as the league's premier blend of shoot-first, flair, and defensive fortress. History reminds us that championship dynasties hinge on impeccably timed roster pivots. Think back to when Zaza Pachulia's savvy picks and help defense bolstered our first title runs, or when Andrew Bogut's intimidating presence inside set the tone for a dynasty. Now, Claxton's youth and athleticism could represent the next chapter, blending seamlessly with Steph's gravity, Clay's catch-and-shoot brilliance, and Draymond's cerebral disruption. Is it possible that Nic could slot into our lineage of defensive stalwarts, forging a new era of unmatched dominance? Through it all, the human element pulses at the core of this saga. Here's a young man whose journey from undrafted hopeful to all-defensive candidate resonates with every underdog in our fan base. His quiet work ethic in Nebraska laid the groundwork for this moment a chance to cement his legacy on the league's grandest stage. Could his arrival not only bolster our front court, but also galvanize Dub Nation's belief in stories of perseverance and grit? But what do you think about all of this? Personally, as a Warriors supporter, I believe that adding Nic Claxton, if the stars truly align, could be the defining gambit that transforms our title aspiration into reality. I can't wait to read your thoughts in the comments below. Ride in the wave with me, smash that like button, subscribe to Warriors News Fan Report, and ring the bell so you're first in line for every splashy update in blue and gold. As the dust settles on the Nic Claxton buzz, the real intrigue begins. How will this seismic addition ripple through every layer of our rotation and reshape the playoff blueprint? Could Golden State's frontcourt metamorphosis force Kevin Looney into a specialized backup role? Or will Draymond Green's defensive wizardry pivot around Claxton's rim patrol? Imagine a scenario where Kevin's 18 minutes per game shrink to 12, while Claxton's playing time balloons from his Brooklyn baseline of 25 minutes to a soothing 30 in the Bay. Is it possible that those extra 8 minutes of shot blocking intensity will stifle opponent runs and flip fourth-quarter deficits into highlight reel celebrations? Beyond the starting five, consider Jonathan Kuminga and Moses Moody, two wings on the precipice of breakout. Some insiders believe that Claxton's presence could liberate them to roam the perimeter more aggressively, chasing passing lanes and launching pull-up threes without the constant worry of sealing the paint. Could this mean Moody's rookie-year three-point rate of 33% climbs to the mid-40s when the defense scrambles around Claxton's intimidation factor? Fans are wondering if Kuminga's 1 point to blocks per game will pale next to Claxton's imposing 0.3, prompting a shift where our young wings focus on secondary closeouts and transition threes. Meanwhile, rookie Bronny James might find a clearer path to meaningful minutes, drawing on Claxton's early season chemistry to infiltrate Spurs-like small ball lineups. Picture Kerr unleashing a lineup of Curry, Poole, Moody, Bronny, and Claxton. Could that five-man unit rank among the league's most efficient two-way quartets? Some insiders believe that this opens up late-game options we've never dared to dream of. Steph is the primary playmaker, Bronny's rookie unpredictability, and Claxton's rolling lob threat, a combination designed to baffle even the savviest defensive coordinators. Over in Denver, Nuggets pundits are already recalculating their Western Conference odds, with Nikola Jokic averaging near 10 assists on 53% shooting against Golden State. In last year's series, Denver's half-court sets feasted on interior mismatches. Now, could Claxton's 7-point to defensive boards per game and his 6 feet 11 inches frame-tempered Jokic's feast and facilitate style? Is it possible that Jokic's 37% three-point shooting becomes less terrifying when the paint is patrolled by a Warrior whose wingspan distorts entry passes and discourages drives? The Thunder, too, are circling with curiosity. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's 30-point explosions thrive when opponents lack a true shot-blocking anchor. Could Claxton's arrival force OKC to rethink their pick-and-roll dominance? Fans are speculating whether Shai's 4.5 assists per game will dip if duct tape can't seal Claxton's rolling thunder. Some insiders believe that Billy Donovan's game plan would pivot to more isolation sets, hoping that Claxton's occasional foul trouble, he averaged 3.1 fouls per 36 minutes, might be exploited early. And then there's the Clippers, always itching to pounce on any Warriors vulnerability. With Paul George and Kawhi Leonard already circling the headlines, will they mock this move as a sign of Golden State panicking on defense? Or will they grudgingly respect a front court that now blends size, mobility, and finishing prowess? Could this mean that every Lob City highlight will be countered by Claxton's sky-high swats, shifting the home court energy back to Chase Center as the West's fiercest fortress? Strategically, the playoffs loom as the ultimate proving ground. Imagine a scenario where Claxton's elite rim protection and rolling chemistry with Curry ignite a late-season surge. Could the Warriors flip a Game 7 deficit into a comeback reminiscent of 2015, using Claxton's interior mastery to ignite a 20-0 defensive run? Fans are wondering if this addition transforms Golden State into the league's stingiest defense ranking, top 5 in opponent points per 100 possessions for the first time since the fetish era. Off-court, the narrative writes itself. Adrian Wojnarowski tweeted, Quiet talks heating up between Golden State and Brooklyn Claxton in the mix for a title push. While Shams Charania drop, sources say Dub see Nic as the cornerstone of their next championship blueprint. Even Andre Iguodala, via Instagram Live, hinted we're building something different, defense first. Passion always. Meanwhile, Chase Center concourses buzz with chants of Claxton, as barstools echo heated debates, some lamenting Looney's diminished role, others salivating at visions of a paint defense so suffocating it rewrites playoff scripts. Asterisk, but the impact stretches beyond the hardwood. Imagine Chase Center's concourse turned into a pilgrimage for young hoopers, all donning Nic Claxton jerseys and mimicking his SWAT-focused pregame drills. Could his ascension spark a grassroots renaissance in Bay Area basketball, inspiring a generation of lanky shot blockers to chase their own path from playgrounds to primetime? Fans are already sharing Instagram stories of local rec leagues renaming courts the Claxton Zone, hinting at a cultural ripple that transcends wins and losses. On the strategic front, the front office's willingness to swing for the fences with Claxton speaks volumes about the franchise's evolving identity, no longer content to rest on past laurels. This organization seems hell-bent on redefining Splash Brothers into Splash and SWAT, melding perimeter fireworks with interior fortification. Is it possible that this dual-focus philosophy becomes the blueprint for future championship teams league-wide, forcing contenders to prioritize balanced rosters over one-dimensional stars? Of course, questions linger about integration. Will Claxton seamlessly adapt to Steve Kerr's free-flowing motion offense? Or will it require X's and O's experimentation that stumbles out of the gate? Some insiders believe the early hiccups was communications on diving cuts or timing errors in defensive rotations could test Dub Nation's patience. Yet others counter that the collective IQ of Curry, Clay, and Draymond will swiftly shepherd Nic into the system, smoothing every wrinkle by the time the real games begin. Ultimately, the Nic Claxton saga isn't just another offseason headline. It's a referendum on Golden State's hunger for reinvention. Could this bold pivot herald a new dynasty built on the harmony of Splash and SWAT? As the season approaches, every practice session, every scrimmage, will be dissected through the lens of this potential paradigm shift. And when the first block echoes off the rim in Game 1, we'll know whether this was the masterstroke that redefined what it means to be champions in Golden State. History reminds us that dynasties hinge on perfectly timed gambles. Remember the 2015 draft night where we scooped Draymond Green at 35? Few dared believe his intellectual disruption would become the backbone of a three-peat. Now, Claxton's youth and athleticism could represent Golden State's next great leap, melding Curry's sign, MATIC range, Clay's catch-and-shoot brilliance, and Draymond's chess mastermind into an impervious union. Is it possible that Nic becomes the missing chord in our symphony of championships? As the front office weighs final details and rival GMs adjust their summer plans, one question reverberates through every Dub heart. Is this audacious enough to land another banner at Chase Center? Personally, as a ride-or-die member of Dub Nation, I believe that pairing our Splash Brothers with Claxton's paint monopoly could propel us into an unprecedented era of two-way dominance. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button, share your thoughts, and subscribe to Warriors News Fan Report so you never miss another explosive update.